Spider-Man Brand New Day comic story explained. The fourth Spider-Man film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe has an official title, which is an exciting announcement that was made possible by one of the most contentious web-slinger stories ever. Tom Holland's wall crawler was set up for a significant change in status quo following the conclusion of Spider-Man No Way Home. The MCU's Peter Parker will now have a new beginning with a brand new trilogy, which will start with a 2026 Spider-Man film that aptly fits this idea. In order to save the whole Earth 616 from being destroyed in a multiversal invasion, Peter Parker had Doctor Strange repair the damaged spell in No Way Home by casting a new spell that caused everyone on the planet, including his friends and loved ones, to forget about him. Because of this, the wall crawler was left alone and faced with an extremely uncertain future at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home. Peter Parker from the MCU will now embrace a brand new day in the fourth Spider-Man film, which takes its title directly from a notorious tale from the first 4 volumes. Tom Holland's fourth film as Peter Parker will be titled Spider-Man Brand New Day. Sony Pictures announced at CinemaCon 2025 in Las Vegas. On the surface, Brand New Day appears to be a simple yet thrilling title, promising a bold new era for Spider-Man's upcoming MCU trilogy. Those familiar with the comics, on the other hand, will undoubtedly recognize Brand New Day as a title with significant weight on the page. After all, it's the same title as a highly contentious Spider-Man story that remains a source of resentment for many longtime fans. Brand New Day is a broken-down storyline from Spider-Man's Marvel Comics history. Spider-Man's marriage to Mary Jane Watson has been wiped as a result of the events in One More Day, causing changes in his own history. Everyone has forgotten Spider-Man's secret identity, including those who knew him before he was publicly revealed. Harry Osborn is alive again. He has been living in Europe for some years. Aunt May is still alive and serves as a volunteer at a homeless shelter. Peter possesses the original mechanical web shooters. Although some people vaguely recall Spider-Man exposed himself during Civil War, they had no idea who was behind the mask. And even if this is brought to their notice, they quickly forget about it. Spider-Man has not been seen in 100 days due to the introduction of the Superhuman Registration Act. In the interim, Peter Parker has been staying at Aunt May's house while looking for a cheaper apartment. Concerned, Peter proceeds to visit the Daily Bugle, where he discovers the publication's dire financial situation. Unfortunately, the tension causes J. Jonah Jameson to have a heart attack. In light of the Bugle's financial woes, Robbie Robertson encourages Peter to do everything he can to get Spider-Man photographs that he believes would increase circulation, persuading Peter to return to web slinging. Robbie is finally getting on top of things until Dexter Bennett, a celebrity businessman, arrives to notify him that he has purchased all of Jameson's Bugle shares and is now running the company. After seeing Supervillain Menace, Peter is concerned that Harry has reverted to his goblin glider habits. But Harry's girlfriend, Lily Hollister, provides an explanation. It is proven that Mary Jane and Peter were in a long-term relationship. But things ended horribly, and their connection is now strained. At best, according to Peter, he and Mary Jane did not marry, but have been living together since the day of the cancelled wedding. It's uncertain whether Mary Jane is aware of her prior marriage to Peter and their agreement with Mephisto. In one discussion, Spider-Man asks, "Do I know you?" and MJ responds, "We've met." Another life, Spider-Man is unaware that he is communicating with MJ, who is concealing her identity per the requests of her current lover, film star Bobby Carr. However, based on their dialogue in one moment in time, neither MJ or Peter appear to remember the deal. Spider-Man speculates that Mary Jane Watson could be the new registered superhero Jackpot. Jackpot informs Spider-Man that her real name is Sarah Arrett. But when Spider-Man approaches her, she denies any knowledge of this. Sarah is subsequently spotted approaching Mary Jane at the airport requesting her autograph. With all of this in mind, it stands to reason that the next Spider-Man film will use this comic book title, especially in light of No Way Home. After all, it's easy to see how the third Spider-Man borrowed elements from One More Day, particularly the effects of magical memory erasure on Peter Parker's life and the tragic consequences. Brand New Day feels like a very smart title for the beginning of a brand new trilogy of films, even if it doesn't have to carry all of the same baggage as the comic storyline. The MCU Spider-Man Brand New Day has the potential to usher in a new era while continuing the status quo adjustments set when we last saw Holland's Peter Parker. At the same time, there's no need for Sony Marvel to reverse the character's evolution. as the comics did. It's critical that the MCU Spider-Man remembers his previous life and the relationships he's lost, allowing him to go onward, however tragically. However, there is also hope that those connections may one day be restored. Despite the title and its direct connection to a single, well-known comics narrative, the MCU's Brand New Day might take a variety of unexpected ways. This is especially significant given that the fourth Spider-Man film is planned to release between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Similarly, Tom Holland's Spider-Man is yet to be announced as a member of the Avengers Doomsday ensemble, raising the possibility that Brand New Day would see him dealing with the multiverse consequences of the fifth big MCU crossover prior to Secret. It's also worth noting that there were claims in December that Mephisto himself would appear in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which makes a lot more sense now that we know the film's official title. Perhaps Mephisto from the Marvel Cinematic Universe will offer Peter Parker his own deal. At any rate, there are multiple exciting possibilities as the MCU anticipates this Brand New Day for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. And it will be fascinating to discover more as the film's release date approaches in 2026. Spider-Man Brand New Day, produced by Sony Pictures and Marvel Studios, will be released on July 31st, 2026.
That concludes our review for today, but the discussion is far from over. For more, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time, signing off from FK Bytes.